How big is your backlog as far as video games is concerned?
As far as me, like, not finishing games, or how many games I have on my list to play?
Not finished yet.
Yeah.
So this Reddit post says games are too long now. I want beating them to take half as much time and cost closer to 50%.
You sure about that?
How about no and no, but okay.
Thank you. Like, I just spent $60 to $70 on this game. I'm gonna play this thing
like,
for 2 hours.
So they want a diet version of games? Is that what?
Yes.
I'm trying to get games with all the calories, so bring it my way.
Thank you. It's like, I mean, we graduated from spending like $40, $30 on a cartridge or whatever to now $60 to $70. Like, you really want,
and up to $100, and up to $100 if it's a special edition because of the certain perks you get by buying special edition.
Talk to them, man. Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Low key, I was tempted to get the deluxe version of Starfield, but I got it on Game Pass for free, right? I want that watch. I really do want that Starfield watch, man. And it comes in a little case too, little astronaut type case. I want that thing so bad. See, stuff like that, it's like, you don't give me 50% of the game. Like, don't do that. Like, it's,
yeah.
Why would you want that? Why would anyone want that? Maybe.
I mean, I'm trying to think of. So basically, they want to go back to games of old where it was kind of like Super Mario. You had only so many stages to get through, and then the game was over. And then it was like, well, either I replay this or I find something else to do. I mean, I want games. Personally, I'm totally fine with a game where I have to invest if I'm really a fan of the franchise, that I will invest the time into the game and not want it to end because I love the game so much. Now, I can understand that there are games out there that kind of are on the trash side, and you're like, why is this game taking so long? Like, this is stupid. I get that. But for the most part, I don't think that games in general are too long. And it also depends on what type of game you're playing, like what genre. Like, are you playing an RPG? Well, if it's an RPG, yeah, it's gonna take a long time because generally those are structured with all types of side quests. And if you're a completionist, then it's going to take you a long time. But if you stick to the main storyline, usually, it's so many hours of playtime playing through the main quest line, and then you're done. But again, if you're a completionist, it's going to take you a whole lot longer.
Yeah, you know what's funny is that I met the voice actor for Frylock, for Aqua Teen Hunger Force, right? And me and him were just sitting talking, right? And he says one of his favorite games is Spider-Man. But he's a completionist. Like, he wants to do all 100% of everything. And so that was his quest, right? We do 100%. And I know when Spider-Man 2 comes out, he's going to play that one up to 100%. Like me, well, us in general, we are gamers to a fault. Like what you said about RPGs, it's a plethora of side quests that are there. If there's no side quests and it's too linear, it's not an RPG. It's like, it's a trash RPG. It's going to get a lot of backlash for being too linear. And if you want games that don't last long, okay, the Cowabunga collection for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, you can knock that out within a couple hours. That's cool. Or Shredder's Revenge. You can knock that out within 45 minutes or so.
See, that's not.
But it's a beat 'em up, right? It's a beat 'em up where you go to each stage and then you fight the final boss, and then that, Shredder, of course.
I mean,
and then it's over.
Like even Mortal Kombat to a certain extent is like that. Like you play the main story where essentially you're playing through a tournament.
Yeah.
Now, depending upon the difficulty, it might take you a minute. But if you're playing on easy difficult, you could knock that out easily. And you're familiar with whatever character you're playing with. What's another short one? Well, no, an actual short one.
Any fighting game story? Play any fighting game story.
Why did Yoshi's Island just immediately come to mind? Do you know I love that game so much, but it was the typical Mario game. Like it was a straight line. Even though you were going through different worlds and stuff, it was like there was a strict path you followed to get to the end. But and that game was short. I mean, it wasn't. I can't remember how many stages were there, but you know, I distinctly remember back in the day when I would beg my mom to take me to the video store so I could rent the game. You only had that game for 3 to 5 days, and I was able to knock that game out multiple times over that 3 to 5 day rental period that I had it.
Yeah, because you got a time frame here, and hell, like the Super Mario World that was on Super Nintendo, like you could beat that game now in less than 12 minutes. Like less than 12 minutes.
I feel like that's not even fun.
Yeah, because when you get in Mario World, right? You play the first couple stages. Yeah. And you play the cake stage where you get the leaf and the cake. All right, you go to the ghost stage. Guess what you can do? Fight the big ghost. Walk to the star stage. Get you a blue Yoshi. Hit to Bowser's castle. Take his ass out. Bam, done. You skip all the world. I've done this several times. I was like,
like,
now I just want to play the whole.
Take 12 minutes.
Yeah, less than that, right? So it's like it's crazy.
And it's like,
now,
I feel like if you're a true gamer, you're in it for the experience.
Indeed.
And if you have a problem with how long a game takes, then maybe that's not the game for you. Because at the end of the day, if you're a gamer, the game is going to take however long the game takes. It's about the enjoyment. It shouldn't be about, oh my God. I mean, well, I'm trying to think if there's been a game where I was like, why is it taking so long? I mean, Skyrim is definitely one of those games, but that's because there's so many side quests to complete. Yes. And it's like, yes, you have the main storyline quest, but then sometimes as you're playing through the main storyline quest, you accidentally happen to pick up additional quests on the way. Like, I didn't realize that talking to this person right here will give me like an additional 8 quest steps, but okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Bethesda.
I love Skyrim though, and I still have to pick up Starfield. I was supposed to get that like 2 weeks ago. I want to play Skyrim in space. You
know what? Side note here about Starfield, right? I'm going to give like I did write out a review for the magazine for Starfield, and it's Fallout and Skyrim and a little Mass Effect all roll up into one.
Ooh.
Like if that makes any sense at all, right? So much shit you can do in this game. It's
I like
ridiculous.
That though.
It's like, man, okay, I will tell you this though. This little excerpt from because I want you to play it first, and I want us to bounce off each other on how we feel about the game.
Okay.
There is if you put in at least 10 hours, then it's going to pick up. Like it starts off a little bit slow, and it's overwhelming because you don't have a mini map. So it literally focuses on you exploring and visiting stars, planets, moons, and temperatures and stuff like that. So it hits you like that. Now, obviously, you're going to get those Bethesda elements that get that feeling of Fallout, and they get that feeling of Skyrim and stuff like that. But with your space stuff on. You know, the factions you can join. Because I'm a 3-star ranger. I joined I got my own Star Eagle spaceship because I completed the faction mission and, painted my ship blue and white. Obviously, of course.
As long as my character doesn't look like a trash can, I'm fine. Because in Destiny 2, when they in the infancy of Destiny 2 and how they've made a lot of changes since Destiny 2. I mean, it came out 6 years ago. It came out in 2017.
Yes.
And when I tell you that Destiny and Destiny 2 is also about fashion, it's not just about saving the galaxy and defeating Oryx, Hive Queens, whatever. It's also about fashion.
Yeah.
When my Titan had to go through a good portion of the game looking like a Granger trash can compactor.
Hey man, you got to be swagged out.
I would try to put different shaders on. I was like, but I have to use all my highest level gear because then I won't be able to hit that light level power level requirement.
Yeah.
But woo, it was.
I can't tell you how many times I got trashed on for having some trash swag, man. Like this attire just looking like a dumpster fire. And it's like, bro, what did you got on, man? Everybody else is swagged out with like flowing capes and stuff like that on. It's like, it's a way of life.
You were like, I need to wear this to get the job done. Y'all leave me alone.
Right. My light level is at its peak at this point. And this is what I need to get through this stage.
Yep.
Then I do what I got to do. But, like what you said with Skyrim, like the Final Fantasy games, right? And I think it was Final Fantasy 11. Was it 12? It was 12. Final Fantasy 12 with Lightning. You know, it got a lot of criticism because it was too linear. Like you couldn't do that many side quests. You know, at Final Fantasy 7, you had several side quests you could do. You could fight the Emerald weapon and the Ruby weapon if you really want to. Chrono Trigger has several endings to it. Like, you know, Final Fantasy 6 to me is like the greatest Final Fantasy of all time, honestly.
What did you think about Kingdom Hearts?
Didn't play much of it.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I did get Kingdom Hearts, like the latest one, you know, just to see if I actually like the gameplay of it. And I do like the gameplay of it. It just never stuck with me. And maybe this guy that wrote that Reddit post is a person that don't complete his games.
It sounds like it, because it must be like to be honest, I know when I'm invested in a game, most of the time, provided I have time, when I'm get a new game and I'm sitting down to play it, I lose track of time.
Yeah.
Like I'll look up and be like, damn, I've been sitting here for 6 hours. I should probably go hydrate, as in drink some water and maybe eat something. And then I'll do that and go back to the game for another however many hours.
There's been many times since Starfield came out that I went to bed at like 4:30 in the morning. I'm like, oh crap.
You're like, I gotta be up.
I'm like, dang.
I have work.
Right. Because I'm like, I'm not going to bed until I finish this mission, or I'm not going to bed until I finish this. So I'll wholeheartedly get it. But how big is your backlog as far as video games is concerned?
As far as me, like, not finishing games, or how many games I have on my list to play?
Not finished yet.
Destiny 2, but that's like a never-ending game.
Never ending, no.
I'm so excited for the new DLC to come out in February, the Final Shape. I'll probably do a review on that. That would be a good topic. I want to get Starfield. That's on my list to get so I can start playing. The main games that I've been playing, though, really is Destiny 2. Oh, and then I have Dishonored, The Curse of the Outsider, that I am currently in the process of finishing. I think.
Hey guys, I know you all are enjoying the show, but check it out. I have to let you know, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell, because if you hit that notification bell, you definitely get notified on anything that we do, whether it's live or recorded. And do not forget to hit that like button. Please hit that like button, because the more likes we get, the more views we get. The more views we get, the more subscribers we get, and our community continue to grow, so we can continue to have these conversations with each other and you guys. And also, whatever we do not cover in our YouTube channel, we definitely cover in our Orange Phoenix magazine. Our Orange Phoenix magazine is an online digital monthly magazine that's on our Patreon for only $5 a month. That's it. $5 a month. It's in the description below. Just click on that link, and without any further ado, we're gonna go right back into our show.
I'm like 75% of the way through. I don't know. Have you played any of the Dishonored games?
I haven't. Like, this, for me, I can't like just go and like play something entirely new, because I know eventually I'm gonna put other stuff in that backlog. My backlog is like this, like it's thick. It's like the stuff, because it's like so much. 2023, we've been eating, you know what I'm saying? Like Street Fighter 6, all right? Mortal Kombat 1. Tekken 8 comes out first part of January. Starfield just came out. And they just put out a PlayStation Showcase where you got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the second part of Final Fantasy VII Remake. And I'm like, this is the reason I'm going to get a PlayStation 5. This is it right here. Because it's on PS5 only, right? Like, we've been eating. And I got a backlog on PlayStation 4, right? Like Detroit, Become Human.
Oh, like, I totally forgot about that one.
Yep, right. So,
I mean, I would say that my backlog would probably be more if I had a PS5 as well. But I mean, I literally just set up my Xbox Series X, and I had that in the box for 2 years before I actually set it up like a month and a half ago. So let me tell you, playing D2 on the Xbox Series X on a 55-inch screen, wonderful, enlightening experience. It's magnificent, yes. But I'm very, I don't want to say selective with my games, but like it has to take a lot for a game to really pique my interest to the point of me buying it. Like right now, I know I just found out that Pokemon Violet and Scarlet have a whole bunch of DLC that I totally did not even know about. So now I have to go and pay my little $35 to add on to the rest of the game so I can go catch them all.
See?
I pre-ordered Life of P. That was on one of the, I think that was one featured in the Xbox Showcase, which is basically a Pinocchio story, a dark Pinocchio story.
Now, are you going to get the Metal Gear Solid collection?
Oh,
I think it's for all platforms. I think, but
I don't know yet. I've never really played Metal Gear Solid like that. I think like way back in the day when it first started, like I played a little of the earlier games, but I never stuck with it. Which is weird because I do like those types of games, so I probably will look into it. But right now I'm very much into, I guess, RPGs and that kind of stuff. Like I still have to get up. Well, first I need to finish Breath of the Wild. And let me tell you, I am at that stage where I can go fight Ganon, whatever, final boss. I can fight him now. However, I recently learned that, if you complete this one side quest, you can get the Master Sword, and it will never break. It'll just lose energy. You just have to go through these steps to upgrade it to its full power potential. When I tell you upgrading the Master Sword is a feat in itself, like you basically have to go through this entire this side quest no hit. I literally don't need the Master Sword at full power if I want to beat the game, but I have set it in my mind that I do need it, and so I can't not complete what I'm currently doing now.
Right, because you can't quit now.
Yeah, because I'm.
Like you already put forth the effort.
Like if you were to see how many hours I have invested into going through this trial and getting to where I am currently in this trial, you'd have been like, why didn't you just give up?
Listen,
just go beat the game.
I fully understand, right? So to this person's credit, like maybe he or she is the person that don't finish their games. Well, I can't imagine with the amount of effort that's get put in creating these games, especially this time, like this day and age. You don't want no half-ass stuff. Matter of fact, while we're on the subject of that, it's like we don't get a complete game anyway. We get DLCs.
Right, because they want to continue. They know that if they do DLC, they're going to continue making money.
Yeah.
Off of those loyal fans. Like, for example, I'm going to go back to Destiny. Destiny is a prime example of that. The Call of Duty franchise, prime example of that.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because you can. They have like map packages, and you can do
skins
in game. Yeah, but within Destiny would be a great example of that. Like, game came out 6 years ago. People are still playing it religiously to this day.
Yeah,
I'm one of those people. Like, as soon as a DLC drops, I'm like, oh, click, click, click. Let me check my bank account. Okay, yep, going in and buy the DLC. And it's like you initially bought the game for $70. DLC is like anywhere from $25 to $30 additional on top of that. Thankfully, what they do typically is when they release the new DLCs, I think they do it like as a bundle where they call season passes. And so if you like buy the deluxe version, then it also includes so many season passes within that. So the last time I bought, I think the DLC, I accidentally clicked on the wrong. I was trying to just do the regular one, but I bought the super deluxe, which was like $30 more expensive, but it included all the season passes. So I was like playing, I was like, how do I have access to this stuff? I don't remember paying for it. And then I looked back, I was like, oh, actually I did pay for it. So,
but see, here's the thing about Destiny though. Destiny created such a loyal fan base where like not all the DLC was just top 10s. It wasn't.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Like some of them was bad. But even with that, it didn't turn people off the game. There's like, another one's coming out and that's gonna be better than this one. And that's usually the attitude with it because they built that foundation for Destiny. I say the same thing with Madden players. I say the same thing with 2K players. Same thing with Call of Duty players. Like they drop Call of Duty damn near every year. It feels like it. And people are going to buy it regardless.
I would be interesting to know, and I just thought of this. So I remember when Bungie gave up Halo, and it was it after Halo 4, right? That Bungie decided, was it Halo 4 or Halo 5?
4, I think.
Okay. So I remember when they made the announcement that they were no longer going to be involved because I remember when they made the announcement that they were working on Destiny 1.
Mm-hmm.
And so that they were turning it over to, was it 343 Industries?
Yep, 343.
Okay. And so, the fandom was like, no, and and then Halo 5 came out, and we were kind of like, this is a lot. But I'd be interested to see like how Bungie was able to convert its previous Halo players over to Destiny. Like how does that look? Like how many players that were, diehard Bungie fans actually converted over? I mean, I'm assuming like when you play Halo, once you play Halo and you're a Halo fan, you're always going to be a Halo fan. But I'm interested to see how many people actually made that jump from Halo over to Destiny after Bungie decided to, part ways with the Halo franchise.
I think, honestly, Halo would not be where it's at right now if Bungie stayed. I mean, if you play Halo Infinite, I play Halo Infinite, and it don't stay. I play it sometimes and I don't. I play it sometimes and I don't. It's not like, oh, I can't wait to get home and play Halo Infinite. It's not like that. It's me.
Yeah.
Like Halo 2 is still my favorite Halo of all time. Like it's still my favorite one. So it's like, nah, you can't just have a half-ass game. You can't just have shorter games. I mean, if you want shorter games, there are those. There's indie games you can play. Like, not every game is going to be like 20 hours or, 20 plus hours or whatever, 40 plus hours, anything like that. Like, there are games that is there for just a good time, not a long time.
Yep. So it's like, don't make a general statement about games and being too long. If you like shorter games, then select shorter games and you'll be happy.
Shorter games. Exactly. Way too many indie games out there that you can just play for a couple hours and be done with it.
Right.
But people like us, nah, we need to get our money's worth.
We need the hours.
We need the hours.
Yes.
We need the hours. We need the $60, $70 hours. Like, another prime example, Cyberpunk 2077. It came out, it was trash in the beginning, but man, Phantom Liberty came out not too long ago, and Jesus Christ, it's like a whole different game altogether, and people are in it. So leave us long-term gamers alone.